right, Pisces, let's get into a reading. So this is going to be a general message, okay? So my focus is not going to be loving this message. Yeah. Does that sound right? Okay, anyways, my focus is not going to be love. My focus is going to be you. Guys, if you need anything, check it out down below. Everything I have to offer is down there. Any questions you have about me, I guarantee you can find the answer down there, guys, okay? I've been seeing a lot of questions lately about me. I'm going to be honest with y'all. This channel is not about me. So I'm not going to be answering personal questions, okay? I love you guys. If you want the answers, you can more than likely find them somewhere. But I will not be going around answering questions about my personal life and personal details about myself, okay? I don't mind to get to know you guys on a deeper level, but I do feel like some things need to be kept private. So I'm going to just see what the energy is going on for you, and we're going to dig into it. Patreon and channel members see these first, guys, always and forever. Okay. Some of you could have recently asked for a sign. I see some sort of renewal coming in for you where you feel fresh, you feel excited. It's like where you once felt drained, you're not going to feel drained anymore, okay? I see you shedding layers of your ego so you can make room for the new you that is emerging, fully accepting some sort of transformation. I see you being bold. I see you being curious, and I see you embracing new things. So again, let's say at one point you used to say, no, I'm not a nature person. Are you not a nature person? Because here coming up, you might be like, okay, I want to go kayaking. I want to go paddleboarding. I want to see if I like to swim. I want to see if I'm a snorkeler. You could be getting out of your element, getting out of your comfort zone, okay? So again, I do feel like some of you have asked for a sign or a message, and I feel like the sign or the message is that a pivot is coming in, and the pivot is what is needed for you to achieve what you wanted to achieve. So some of you, you've been searching for a feeling, okay? I want someone who makes me feel alive. I want a man or a woman that makes me feel butterflies. When maybe, just maybe, your focus needs to be building a life that makes you feel that way, okay? Because when we're lacking, when we're yearning and craving something, all we're doing is putting that back into the universe. Well, I'm craving a partner. Okay, your partner's craving you too, but craving it isn't going to get it fulfilled any faster. And I feel like for a lot of you, the pivot is that you're going around searching for something when it's searching for you too. Spirit just wants you to pivot and enjoy your life a little bit more. Okay, you're yearning for a partner. You're yearning for a woman who sees you and gives you unconditional love. And the first time you show a moment of vulnerability or weakness, she doesn't run. She's searching for you too. However, in order to achieve where you're needing to go, maybe you really need to focus on your own life and get excited about your own life and start putting all of that effort into your own life. You want a consistent lover? Are you being consistent with yourself? You want a dedicated lover? Are you being dedicated to yourself? You say you want a person of their word. Are you being a person of word to yourself? That's what Spirit is saying. And Spirit is saying in order for you to get where you want to go, a pivot is needed so you can get to what you're trying to achieve. Now, I will say this. I feel like this road has felt complicated, okay? I feel like this has been a very complex journey. So let's say that this is a career. This could be you always feeling like every 5 years, you're switching law firms. You don't get it. Well, the reason it feels that way is because you're not supposed to get it. Is because the road that you think that you would take to get you to what you want looks so different than the road you're supposed to take. So let me give you an example. Let's say you work for a law firm, okay? And you're like, Danielle, I've been trying to become a partner at this law firm and I feel like I just cannot get there. I get so close to get pushed so far back. That's because the road you're trying to take doesn't look the way that you think it should. You're trying to become partner. You've done it how many times? You got pushed back how many times? Maybe you're not supposed to be partner. Maybe you're supposed to be owner. Maybe you're supposed to be the first name on that building and you're supposed to be the one deciding if other people are behind your name or not. But you keep trying to travel down the road because that's the way you think the road is supposed to look. No, Danielle, this is the way, this is the road, girl. See, that tree, I remember those. Do you? I ain't gaslighting you. I ain't telling you wrong, but I ain't telling you right. And what I'm saying is that Spirit is asking you to be a little more willing to, again, shed those layers of your ego. Sometimes in life, we want to be right when being right is not actually the best thing. Getting what we want is the best thing. Getting what we want to achieve is the best thing. So let's give an example. Let's say, okay, but Daniel, I want to be right. Would you rather have the love that you know you're meant to have, or it be with the person you think it should be with? Which would you rather have? Because if you're in that ego, you're going to want both of them to be true. Well, I want the love that I want, but I want it from the person that I want. Okay, well, you can tell me you want me to build you a house, but baby, I'm not capable. So you can come up all day and tell me, but you're going to be waiting, okay? You're going to be waiting until your death date, because it ain't ever going to come. And that's what I'm saying here. It's like the road you want to travel, if you could, you take both of these things, but you can't have both. You can't. And Spirit is saying, we're asking you for a pivot. Your heart is yearning for something more. Your heart is yearning for something deeper. Your soul is asking for you to shed these parts of your ego. And we're nudging you into a new sense of awareness. Awareness that maybe what you think you're asking for isn't truly what you want. So again, I want to be partner. I want to be partner. I want you to see me as someone whose name's worth being on the building. It ain't that you're not worth it. It's that maybe, just maybe, their ego is so big that they don't like to share the spotlight. They feel like they worked themselves for 20 years and that's all they have to show for it. And baby, they're not sharing it with you. That's okay. But maybe that's not your road. Maybe for a while you thought that was your road. And now that you're saying, okay, I can hustle for you and keep proving myself and proving myself, or I can hustle for me. Because I've always known I've been worth my name being on that building. That's what I'm saying here. And it's like a lot of you've needed a sign, but the sign has been there. You've just been scared to pivot or to release and it all come crumbling down and then you feel bad. But I deserve that. I worked so hard for that. You're absolutely right. And that hard work and that dedication and all that effort, it isn't going to go unnoticed. It isn't going to go unrecognized. Spirit is asking for you to surrender and not ask why, but take intuitive action. And if you don't know why, like why you want to go in that direction, why you want to do that. Again, if we're using the lawyer scenario, it could be something as simple as you get fed up with your boss. This is the fourth conversation you had about you becoming a partner. You've worked there for 20 years. You feel like you've done your due diligence. That could be the moment you walk out of the office though and you call your realtor and you're like, hey, listen, I need you to show me some offices because I'm about to start my own firm. It was impulsive. Even maybe tonight when you lay in bed, you're like, God, that was erratic behavior. I don't even know if I have the finances for it. Was it erratic or was it intuitive action? Was that the moment that you got so fed up and uncomfortable that you got to a place where you were like, you know what? This isn't the path for me. I'm about to jump over the curb and I'm taking a different path. Because 9 times out of 10, we don't change the direction we're going in unless we're uncomfortable, unless it's no longer working. And a lot of the people that you know and that you love, they're the same way. They don't want to quit giving something time, energy, and effort just because there's a little uncomfortability. But the people who are the most successful in the world have the ability to cut their losses when they see it being a loss, and they bounce back and go, okay, I didn't waste 15 years waiting for something to change. After the second, the third time, I realized this wasn't for me and there's a different path for me. And that's what I'm saying here. But again, some of you, the process of you surrendering is so overwhelming that I feel like you're unsure if it's the right choice for you. Now, if this is a lover, this could be a lover where you're unsure if you want to give them a shot, but your heart is yearning to explore it and see what this person has to offer and what you guys can build. And Spirit is telling you to surrender when it comes to this relationship and take intuitive action, because if you really do like this person that much and something keeps telling you deep down to give it a shot, then why wouldn't you give it a shot? And if you're gonna sabotage it, you really need to ask yourself why. Is it because you think you don't deserve them? Is it because you're sabotaging? What's the reason? Now, for some of you, you've not realized this, but you've had a hard time working for other people for a long time because you're not meant to work for other people. You're meant to work for yourself. But a lot of you, for a while, you've not had the strength, the courage, or even the bravery to take the leap, take the risk, and do the hard thing, which is learning what you're going to need to learn, going through the season or seasons of being uncomfortable. So here's the thing. Any business owner, any person you've seen build their home by their own self, no contractors, by their own self, they'll tell you that season was hell. That season was exhausting. That season took me down. But that season was rewarding, and I look back and think of all the hard work. That's where you're at. Okay? You have the strength and the courage to, you have the strength, you have the courage, you have the bravery. You're hardworking, you're dedicated, you can get your hands dirty, you're not scared of it. And that's what Spirit is asking you to do, is to not be scared of doing what you need to do. Even when it feels like it might not be the right choice. Embrace the curiosity that you're feeling to do this. They're also telling you that this pivot is what needs to be your focus right now. Again, second card of surrendering. Give me more for the pivot. Fresh start. And needing to be patient when it comes to this fresh start. Now, see, that's what I'm getting. So again, patience. Let's say that this is a business. Let's say some of you for 11 years, you have hated working for other people, but you didn't have the strength and the courage to work for yourself. It was going to be a lot to tackle. Maybe you got analysis paralysis. But what I'm saying is that there's going to be a season here coming up, if you're already not in it, where you're going to get so uncomfortable that analysis paralysis is going to seem like a walk in the park. And where you once would be like, oh, I don't know where to start, you're going to start. Okay, this is what I need to do. So again, let's go back to the example of the lawyer. You walk out, you take impulsive action. Hey, listen, Karen, yeah, you need to show me some places because I'm about to open my own place. That was impulsive action. When you're laying in bed, you might be like, oh my God, that was so erratic. Was it? Because at one point, you didn't know where to start. I don't know if I can afford that. I don't know where to start. Yeah, maybe I should get a storefront, a place to put the firm. But then what do? I don't know. So you never took action at all. You just stayed on that path. But now that you've kind of jumped the curb and you're on a different road, not only are you pleasantly surprised at how smooth that road is compared to the road you were previously on, but it doesn't seem as hard of a journey as it once did, where you once felt like, oh no, this is the impossible. It isn't the impossible anymore. This fresh start isn't the big scary bear in your closet that you never mess with and only comes out at dark. That's not a thing anymore. And what I'm saying is that you really need to have patience during this fresh start. So this could be patience with yourself, patience with someone else, patience as you learn, patience as this chapter opens. So here's the thing. When you start something new, whether it's a relationship, a business, a career, there's a learning curve. Allow yourself to learn. Allow yourself to take up space. And allow yourself to be patient. Okay, starting a law firm, honey, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be rewarding. It's going to be well worth it. And there's going to be times where maybe you're staying up really, really late and you're getting up really, really early. But if you hire your law firm, your team, before you guys even open the door, that could be a good moment for you guys to build team working and for you guys to come together as a whole. So when you guys open the door, it's like, okay, not only did I do this, but we did this. I left that company because they wouldn't put my name on the building, and I feel like I just started a whole new family here. We got each other's back. It isn't just Johnson & Johnson Law. It's us. It's we. You get all of us. You've got the receptionist up front. Everybody loves her, him. You've got me and my partner. You know it's both of us and it's everything. There's going to be something that only your blood, sweat, tears, and hustle would have been able to achieve. Whether this is a relationship, a career, a business, a home. But Spirit is asking you to be patient. You've asked for this sign. You know this pivot is needed. I feel like you're scared, but I also feel like it's an energy of, if you don't have faith in yourself, who else do you think is going to have faith in you? We're asking you to take a leap, to take a risk. When you were little, did you ever have an aunt or an uncle that would tell you to jump off the pool wall and they would catch you, or jump off the riverbed and they would catch you? Didn't you trust them wholeheartedly? Most of you are going to say, yeah, down below. Why don't you trust yourself, and why do you not trust the universe to catch you when you're about to jump off the pool? You're about to jump off the river. I'm just asking, because that's what's happening right now. You've asked for this sign, and Spirit is saying, hey, this is, we're telling you to do it. You know. However, whether or not you can believe in this is going to be up to you. We want you to have patience in what you're creating. We want you to understand how surrendering is beneficial. The best way I can explain surrendering is when you get caught in the tide of the ocean. What do they tell you to do? They tell you to relax and don't swim against the current. That's not what they tell you to do, okay? And that's what I'm saying here with you right now in your life. A pivot is needed, and the best thing you can do is to not swim against the current. Is to let the current take you. You get out to sea, you try to swim over and try to come back in, or let someone save you. Regardless, you are going to end up achieving what you want to achieve, but the road to get there is going to look very different. But let's be honest, what would you prefer? A law firm where your name is the very last on the building and it's not yours? Or a law firm where it is yours? It is your pride, it is your joy, and your name's not only on the building, but you get a choice of whose name is also on the building. For each of you, for far too long, you've wanted your name on the building. You've been so humble. And Spirit's telling you it's okay for you to quit. It's okay for you to finally say, it's my time to shine. It's my time to be the first name on the building. So, yeah, let go of control. Don't give up. Be spontaneous when it comes to the changes that you're making. And trust that the teamwork we're sending you. I'm telling you, for some of you, if this is a business or something like that you're about to do, the people you're going to surround yourself with in that team environment, they're going to adore you. They're going to feel like you're the best boss, you're the best person. So if you are planning on, I don't know, starting your own law firm, the people you're going to hire and have in that law firm with you are going to think very highly of you. And I see you really taking care of them, but them also taking care of you. It's going to be a mutual beneficial relationship is what I'm saying. So, all right, I'm going to leave it here. Bye, guys.